Hello friends, welcome to my channel Civil Smart. Today there is another condition, second condition, where the simply supported beam resting on the wall with bent up bar, but there is no spacer bar at the bottom. Right? We need to find out the BBS for this. The condition is we have the clear span, beam dimension is given, bearing on the walls, how much the beam is resting on the wall. Main reinforcement is given in the lower tire which will go throughout the wall, and one in upper tire which will be bent up at a particular distance L/7 from the center of the support, and stirrups is 8 mm, two legged, 200 mm center to center, and anchor bar, this is the hanger bar, to 12 mm dia. So we need to find the length of the straight bar, length of the bent up bar, number of the stirrups is calculated, and the bar bending schedule will be calculated. So we need to fill our data in these pink cells only. So clear span is 3.5 meter, beam dimension is 220 by 300 mm, bearing on the walls is 200 mm, main reinforcement dia is 20 mm, and for the upper tire this much is 1, and for the lower tire which will go throughout the wall is 2, and clear cover is 20 mm for the beam. Stirrup dia is 8 mm, two legged stirrup, and spacing stirrup is 200 mm. Anchor bar is, number of anchor bar is 2, and anchor dia is 12 mm. Right? If you fill these all data accurately, you can see the L section is being done. The section at the mid span, you can see that at the mid span, and section at the support. Right? 220 by 300 mm is the beam depth. Now the calculation of bar bending schedule, total length we have already calculated in the last video also. So you can see that the effective length is 3700, clear span is 3500. Effective span will be the half of the bearing is there, half of the bearing is there, right? So it will be add up. So length of the straight bar, total length of the beam minus 2 clear cover. Same length of the bent up bar, length of the straight bar plus 2.4 h minus bends. So h will be calculated because this bent up bar, this is the h, you can see, and this h will be calculated. Length of the bent up bar is calculated. Number of steps is calculated. A and E value is calculated by these formulas, and finally the length of one stirrup is calculated, 0.88 meter. Now the bar bending schedule, the lower bar, you can see the dia of lower bar is 20 mm, and number of bars which is lower is 220 mm. Now the length is 3.86. Total length is multiply by 2. Weight of 20 mm dia is calculated, and finally the total weight. Length of the bent up bar is 3.95, and finally the total weight is calculated. Length of anchor bar is also 3.86 because this is also straight bar, so you can see that 3.86, and length of the stirrup bar is this much, 0.88 meter by this formula, because bend deduction will be there, 390-degree bends and 135-degree bends. So these are the formula, and finally you can see that the total bar bending schedule is calculated, 44.77 kg. Right? If you change these values, like if you change the clear span is 4 meter, and 300 by 500 is the beam depth, and bearing the walls is 300 mm, and dia of the main reinforcement, like we can choose 16 mm, upper tire is 2 and lower tire is 3. Right, 3 is going towards the wall and 2 is upper tire. Clear cover is 20 mm, and stirrup dia is 8 mm. So you can, if you are putting these values, now you can see all the values has been calculated according to the formulas given over here, and finally the bar bending schedule is calculated. Finally total weight of the reinforcement and the cutting length is calculated. Finally the 61.02 kg adding the 5% weightage is schedule is calculated. So friends, if you like this video, if you want this Excel sheet, please mail me or WhatsApp me on my number. Thanks for watching.